There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
In Studio 32, from Friday through Monday, the city of Chicago saw 55 shootings and 11 people killed. Still, Chicago police are reporting shootings are down 15% compared to last Labor Day weekend. In areas that have traditionally driven Chicago violence, homicides are down 23%. There were 47 shooting incidents on all sides of the city, including 2 downtown. During the weekend, officers responded to shootings, robberies, carjackings, and crimes on the CTA with limited resources.
We pushed some resources out of desk duty into the field, as well as focus on the top 55 beats that drive most of the violence. And we added another layer of, trying to go after robbery and expanding we're looking at expanding our carjacking task force, as well as obviously the car caravans are front of mind. And then don't forget CTA plus crime downtown. I mean, it's a lot of demands for officers, and we have scarce resources.
Superintendent Brown also added that recruiting is improving with 103 new recruits now in the academy. Over the weekend, officers also recovered 157 illegal weapons. Anthony, I'll send it back to you in the main studio.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
The homicide rate in Philadelphia just keeps on climbing following a violent, disturbing holiday weekend. At least 10 people have been killed since Friday, and so far this year, more than 364 people have been killed. Here's Kelly Rule.
The violence continued today after an incredibly violent holiday weekend in Philadelphia. Here, police say a 21-year-old man was shot multiple times. He died from his injuries at the hospital. Walking underneath yellow tape, loved ones hold each other close as police place down evidence markers near a black sedan. Philadelphia police say someone opened fire in the middle of the day, 12:30 p.m., near this busy Albany intersection on Rising Sun Avenue. A 21-year-old man shot multiple times, died from his injuries at the hospital. Gun violence continuing into the holiday after more than 20 people across the city were shot, nearly 10 people killed. Not even 24 hours earlier, police say 6 people were shot on Russell Street just before 1 a.m. Dozens of shots fired, several bullets striking the outside of this home and their front door. Police say a 33-year-old woman and a 19-year-old man died from their injuries. On Twitter, police put out a statement on that shooting saying in part, quote, "The violence happening in our city is unacceptable, and we ask the public to not only keep the victims in your prayers, but also to share information about crime in your neighborhoods."
I would like to know if there was any conversations with state police or other law enforcement agencies for some potential backup.
State Representative Ahmed Brown questions the city's plans for safety and the use of other resources this holiday weekend outside of the Made in America Festival on the Parkway.
How can we make some changes moving forward so this doesn't happen again?
Police did not find a weapon at the scene. They have not made any arrests. Anybody with information should come forward and call police. In Albany, I'm Kelly Rule, Fox 29 News.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
Joyous occasion in New York City during the West Indian Day Parade. It erupted on Monday. 5 people were shot by a lone male who opened fire into a crowd along the route. This, according to authorities. The gunman, in what was called a, quote, intentional act, fired in the crowd around the 300 block of Eastern Parkway during this colorful celebration of Caribbean life at just about 2:35. This, according to police. Let's take us out right now to police. They're on hand in New York City as they provide a brief update on what happened earlier today.
Chief of Patrol John Shell. Chief of Patrol will update you now on the incident that took place a little bit earlier.
Hi, good afternoon. As you all know, Labor Day in New York City is one of our toughest weekends for the police department in our city. We have multiple events going on throughout the weekend. Today with the parade, Juve weekend, and right now a protest of 5,000 people in New York City. Our cops are working extremely hard. We had one of the safest months that we've had in a long time in New York City, and we had one of our safest weeks with shooting violence. However, today, one person intentionally going after a group of people tried to ruin the day for everybody. And we're not going to let that happen. Approximately 1:45 this afternoon, we know one male black, in his 20s, slim build, wearing a brown shirt with paint stains and a black bandana, went into the crowd in front of 301 Eastern Parkway on the divider and fired his weapon numerous times into a crowd. Right now we have 5 people struck. That'll be 4 males and 1 female. Of the 5, 2 are critical, 3 are going to survive. I don't have ages or anything like that to discuss with you because obviously it just happened about an hour ago. This was an intentional act by one person towards a group of people. We do not by no means have any active shooter or anything of that nature running around Eastern Parkway as we speak. The parade is going on. It will go on till later on tonight. We have multiple cops, as the commissioner said, multiple cops working very hard this weekend and working very hard today to keep this community and to keep this parade safe. And we'll be out here to the wee hours of the morning doing just that, working hard, keeping this community safe. We do realize there is an abundance of video that was on that corner in that group. If anyone has any video, and I know they do, please call 1-800-577-TIPS. I'll say it again, 1-800-577-TIPS. We need that video. We are going to solve this, but it's going to take a lot of work. With that being said, I'll open up to any questions.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
She got shot, and she did not deserve that. She got shot in her back.
The shooting Meredith Johnson says she witnessed Saturday night in the 1800 block of East North Avenue was part of a violent start to the long holiday weekend, according to city police. In a 36-hour span from late Friday to early Sunday morning, at least 10 cases, the BPD says, including murder, attempted murder, shootings, and a stabbing, with at least 12 victims, men and women, teens and adults. Crime scenes reported from the top to the bottom of Baltimore City. The murder happened at midnight Sunday, police say, 12 a.m. in the 800 block of Bonaparte Avenue. First responders arrived to find a 38-year-old man who had been shot and killed. That came about 90 minutes after a 22-year-old man was shot multiple times in the 1800 block of St. Paul Street. He is expected to survive. And about 10 minutes before that, police say, a 30-year-old woman was shot in the back in the 1800 block of East North Avenue.
She was driving. She was coming this way. She ain't had nothing to do with that. Nothing. She got hit in her back. 11 News talked with a witness who said she heard the gunshots, called 911, and then tried to stop the bleeding till help arrived. I was trying to patch her up. She was like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. And I was like, I hate to touch you because I gotta stop the bullet from moving because I used to work at the morgue. That's all I kept saying. Let me just grab the bullet real quick. By Sunday night, police announced just one arrest across all the new cases and released a photo of a handgun they say was seized in the process. The BPD says the gun was used by a 15-year-old boy who shot at a 15-year-old girl and missed. Authorities say the 15-year-old boy was arrested and charged with attempted murder. Police also declined our request for an interview when we reached out about that case and the others to learn more and get an update and to help put all of this in context. At City Police Headquarters tonight, I'm Kate Amara, WBAL TV 11 News.
Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. You know who it is, who it should be, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What do all these news reportings have in common? It don't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. It's our community that's harming our community. Like I said, when I turn on the news, I don't see nothing about Pilgrim on Pilgrim crime. every holiday we have. Chicago, what was it? 55 people hit up. What was the numbers on the unalived? Maybe what, 11, 10 unalived? Then we fast forward to New York, my home state. The West Indian Parade. Something for your kids and your family to sit and enjoy the festivities. One person decides to take the blick and hit up a crowd of people that he had a problem with, while there's hundreds of people out there. Bullets have no name. Fast forward to Philly. What was it, like 20-something people hit up? 10 unalived? And Baltimore, fast forward to Bmore. They said all throughout the city, it was about a total of 20 hit 'em ups, because you can't say certain words on what's this, YouTube, because of the powers that be. But yet I see videos where they actually talking about violence and all kinds of stuff. But when it come to JCast, they shadow ban my channel. Which at the end of the day, YouTube don't pay me, man. You want to know what pays JCast? What keeps that house afloat? That pool full of water? This thing right here, man. Trucking. That's what pays me. Now, I don't want to have to pull out pause, and I ain't talking about that. But let's get back to the situation at hand. Y'all so gangster, right? You're hitting up parades, cookouts, block parties. But you see these trees, right? I'm in Georgia. Matter of fact, up this way where Lake Lanier is, a town called Oscarville that got buried underwater is up this way. You see these trees, right? There's a lot of your ancestors' souls that is in those trees, that hung in those trees for 400 years. Let me reiterate. 400 years of pilgrims hanging your ancestors from trees. But you, Mr. Gangster, self-genocide? When Trump is trying to win this election, Trump don't like your black ass. Trump is trying to do everything possible to minimize our community, to minimize our resources. And he has a bunch of supporters out there that don't like your black ass, that want white supremacy. Am I trying to start a race war? No, I'm not. But I have to keep it 100 for the illiterate, for the slow, for the people that don't understand. There's bigger fish to fry out here in America, on America's soil. But yet, they brainwashed you dummies, and I'm gonna call you dummies because I'm sick of it, man. I come from the gutter, so I don't want to hear what JCast, you don't understand. I do understand. I come from the bottom. It was always about money. Money. That's what it was about. Survival of the fittest. Do I come from the gutter? Yes, I do. Do I understand the pain, the struggle of what goes on in the trenches? Yes, I do. But when JCast was outside full-fledged, we had rules, man. No innocent children. One of these stories, an 8-year-old child got unalived. And I want to say that happened in Chicago. It's a sickness going on out here, man. People are sick. The black community is sick. These is youngsters, not grown folk like myself. These are youngsters. Did you hear one part of the story where they said a 15-year-old male tried to eliminate a 15-year-old female and missed? And now he got charged with attempted M. Like, make this make sense. A 15-year-old man that's supposed to be in school, trying to excel in sports, make it make sense. The black community is plagued with a sickness, man. Real talk. It's disgusting what I'm seeing. All across the board. And I could have kept going further. I could have went to Memphis, New Jersey, Connecticut, Mass, Boston, VA, LA, Texas, anywhere where it's these folks here, self-genocide, self-unalives. And all you doing is giving these folks the ammo to laugh at your dumb ass, and they don't have to do nothing no more because you're doing it to yourself. If you was so gangster, George Zimmerman is still moving around out here. Huh? That Shelvin dude, I think he's about to come home, if I'm not mistaken. Or the person that was involved with that situation basically just got paroled or something like that. He did like 5 years. I think Shelvin is still in there. I don't know. At the end of the day, so much blood has been shed on the hands of them folk. To us, they are the gangsters. They're gangster to me. I hate to say it, but the writing is on the wall. They the real gangsters to me. Because they did it to another race for 400 years. Just slavery alone. Then when we had segregation, they didn't even want your black ass touching their water fountains or sitting in their restaurants, going to their movie theaters. None of that. That's gangster. That's gangster in my eyes. They like, yo, we gonna torture that race for 400 years and get away with it. That's gangster. What you doing is some lame suckers. You kill your own kind? You unalive your own kind. Make it make sense. I gotta give it to the Pilgrims. They 400 years, matter of fact, 500 years up, maybe 600 years, because slavery, it was so far ago. They up, they winning. You do not turn on the news and hear about pilgrims unaliving pilgrims in every neighborhood that they frequent, or suburbia, or trailer parks. You don't hear about it. You don't hear about it. You might hear about them on crystal meth or shooting up heroin. All their teeth and gums is black and missing, or they ODing on fentanyl. You might hear about that, but you don't hear about them unaliving themselves, man. Make it make sense. Sad, man. Sad. Makes no sense, man. 100. I'm going. I can't even talk no more.